Well, good afternoon once again to the Shans. So it looks like our lessons are being cut here in cultural relativism. So, as I say a while ago, when we say cultural relativism, you are viewing one's culture in your or in their own perception, meaning you need to live with them to know what they're doing, and then uh, viewing them in their own perspective. So that's why a lot of anthropologists, when they want to know the culture of a lot of people or the culture of different tribes, they are going to stay there like 10 years, 2 years, 5 years. It is the acceptable years that we can say that uh, you can really live with the culture of that certain tribe. So that is for cultural relativism, viewing the culture in the perspective of its holder. Now, excuse us. So now let's try to know about structural. Yeah, so we have structural anthropology. So what comes in your mind when you think about structural? So it means there is a pattern. So structural anthropology as theorized by Claude Lévi-Strauss, so yung author nito, or theorized ito, ang nagbigay nito na theory is si Claude Lévi-Strauss from 1908 to 2009. So, para sa kanya, or which proposes that hidden rules or structures underlie and govern all human thoughts and practices. So, meaning, lahat ng tao or lahat ng culture, meron siya nakatago na pattern or hidden rules. So, ito din yung sinusunod ng lahat at ito din yung nag-govern ng tao. Like for example, for festas. So, ano talaga, inaabangan talaga ang festa at saka festival ng isang lugar kasi part na yan ng culture. So meaning, nakapattern na talaga na every August, there is a festa, okay? Or festivals. Now, let's go to the next one. So we have cultural materialism. So kanina, cultural relativism yun. Yung viewing one's culture from the owner's perspective. Well, this one, si cultural materialism, this one is spearheaded or pinanguluhan siya ni Marvin Harris, which sees cultural systems as a function between human populations, their environment, and resources in their environment. So here also in the things that I have researched, we have cultural materialism. This one is a systems theory of the society that attempts to account. So tama kasi dito sa ating module, we have human population. So meaning kung saan siya nang galing or human origin. So we have the environment. So the environment is the one who maintain its culture. And then the change or the resources. So most likely a lot of people in the old age are farmers, and then here comes the marunong na tayo mangdagat, so here comes the fishermen. So our culture are really affected by our origin, our environment, kung saan tayo mas near. So, meaning, doon din tayo naghahanap ng kabuhayan. Like for example, if we are living in a certain mountain, so yung kabuhayan talaga natin is hunting. While if we are living in a certain place na near sa river, near sa dagat, so most likely we are or a lot of that people in that place are fishermen, and because of that we also protect that resources Kasi hindi natin gusto na maubos yung mga isda sa dagat. Hindi natin gusto na maubos yung mga animals sa gubat. So that's why we tend also, or our culture is also to protect those resources that is available in our environment. That is for cultural materialism. Now, let's go to symbolic anthropology. Okay, so when we say symbolic anthropology, this one is theorized by uh, Clifford Geertz from 1926 to 2006, and Victor Turner from 1920 to 1983. So, ang naguna talaga nito ay si Clifford Geertz. And then, pinagpatuloy lang ni Victor Turner. So, which postulates that cultural practices, symbols are manifestations of how societies ascribe meaning to various phenomena and can therefore be better understand those societies. So, yung mga symbols or the manifestations of the certain societies are what we call symbolic anthropology. So, meaning, sinasabihan mo sila, in you understand and you observe that cultural uh, context through their symbolic behavior. So kung ano yung nakikita mo, like for example, the winking of other cultures denotes na siya, gusto mo yung isang tao, but the winking of other cultures denotes of other things. Like for example, if there is a visitor, they want to treat it well, or some wink are like to kill someone, just like that. So that is for symbolic anthropology. So, sinasadihan nila yung mga various cultures through their symbols, okay, or their uh, prescriptions or manifestations. So, like for example, if there is typhoon, para sa kanila, pinarusahan sila ng kanilang bathala. And then in other places too, they really know that typhoons are not man-made, but ano siya, bad spirits yung sa kultura nila. So, kailangan nila talagang they need to pray for their bathala para maalis yung or hindi na dumating si typhoon. So, that is for symbolic anthropology. So, kung ano yung pinoproduce na symbol or ng behavior ng mga tao in a certain culture, that is their symbolic anthropology, or yun yung culture nila in terms of ano symbols. Now let's move forward to the next one. So we have anthropology and its subdisciplines. Okay, so when we say anthropology and its subdisciplines in early development, so anthropology as a field was initially classified into two. So sa unang taon daw or unang early development daw ng anthropology, meron lang dalawang klase ng anthropology. We have the physical anthropology and the cultural anthropology. So the former chief concern is the evolution of human beings. Si physical, so ang talaga niya, ang kanyang concern is the evolution of human beings. So, okay, so just like from monkey, or human are from monkey, and then they develop, hanggang naging civilized na yung human being. And then, while the latter, or the cultural anthropology, focus on the interaction between human beings and institution. So, si cultural anthropology na, na siya, nagka-focus na siya na study, or sinastudihan niya yung human being. So, unsay relationship sa human being ug sa institution. Like for example, a hospital, mm, society, its environment, sila mga local institutions, just like that. So, and now we have the University of Edinburgh's Alan Barnard would comment, however, that anthropology as it is known today is generally known to comprise four fields. So, dito na sa University of Edinburgh, si Alan Barnard, change niya yung dalawang anthropology into 4 fields of anthropology. We have the biological anthropology, archaeology. We also have an anthropological linguistics, and the last one, which is cultural anthropology. So, what comes in your mind when you say biological? So, just like it comes from the word bio or biology. So, di ba, si bio means life. So, most likely, biological anthropology, it studies or it seeks to know the origins of human beings as a species. So, yung life talaga ng human being and its origin. And then as a species and evolution of their bodies in the present form. So, in the biological anthropology din, kaya nasabi ni Darwin na ano siya, ang tao ay galing sa unggoy because of this one, biological anthropology. Now let's go to archaeology. So archaeology is the study of human activity, the recovery, and analysis of physical remains, such as fossils, ruins, to contribute to existing knowledge on human prehistory and evolution. So, ang kaibahan ni archaeology is like kung ano yung mga remains, okay, mga ano ng tao, fossils ng tao, at saka kung ano yung nakadikit sa kanilang mga fossils or sa kanilang mga buto. So, yun yung sinasabihan ng archaeology. While the biology is yung ano niya, ano talaga yun yung sinasabihan niya, kung saan ba nanggaling ang tao, origins of human beings. So, ano ba yung evolution niya, nag-evolve ba dyan ang tao? Like, sa putot kaayo, ni taas, santo ni taas, just like that. Or balik na puto ka putot, yeah, just like that. That is for biological anthropology. Si Archeo, kay nakaano siya, uh, ang young study kay limited sa recovery and analysis of physical remains. So, ito yung mga buto ng tao, ang mga nakadikit dito, like gold na kwintas, gold na mga earrings, rings, just like that. Now, when we say anthropological linguistics, so from the word linguistics, so di ba language, yun talaga yung maiisip mo. So meaning, ito yung evolution of language. Ang sinasadihan nito sa anthropological linguistics are yung evolution ng language. Like, yung mga unang tao, they are just having the signals, like kung mag-aso, meaning ay mga kalaban, just like that. Meron siyang mga signals. Until na nagkaroon na yung mga titik, yung mga forms, and then until na yung mga letters, yung different Sanskrit letters, and lahi-lahi nga mga pinulungan sa lahi-lahi nga mga lugar. So that is also part of culture. So, ang nag-study ana is mga anthropological linguists or the anthropological linguistics. So, we also have the cultural anthropology. So, um, hindi natin alam na yung anthropology is not just limited from culture pala. Meron din palang biological anthropology, archaeology, at saka anthropological linguistics. Sometimes we just tend to know about the cultural anthropology. So ito na yung pinaka-largest field ng anthropology. So it study the past and present cultures. So nastudihan niya yung mga anong mga past na cultures natin until to the present cultures. So mm, si Barnard po, according kay Barnard, it includes the study of cultural diversity. So, ano nagkalailahi ang ato ang kultura. So, even though we are just all Filipinos, why we have different cultures. So, ang nag-study ana is si cultural anthropology. So, the research for cultural universals, the interpretation of symbolism, and numerous related problems. So we also have ethnography. So magka-partner yun ni si anthropology o si ethnography because okay, ayun na niyang gumalaw. Bakit? Okay. So when we say ethnography, guys, ito ito yung ginagamit ng anthropologists to carefully record their observations. Then keep a written account of the culture. So that's why kung makita ninyo sa picture, we have the sense of touch, smell, vision, memory, hearing, taste, because ethnography is the process. Okay, na si anthropologist, carefully record siya ng kanyang observation through his sense of touch, through his sense of smell, through his sense of vision, through his sense of memory, hearing, and taste. That is ethnography. It really, naka-anchor yun siya dito sa anthropology. So, siya yung process ng pagkuha ng anthropology ng observations. Now, let's go to the next one. So, the last one is sociology. So, as we know, sociology is the science of society or the study of society. So, ano pala si society? Kung meron na bang mga grupo ng tao, society na ba na? O makita na ba ka sa isa ka lugar, kadaghang tao, society na ba na? So, when we say society, guys, it's defined as a group of people who exist in accordance with a certain social structures. So meaning, meron siyang social structure sa society. So hindi lang group of people lang makasabi ka na society siya. Kung hindi, dapat meron din siyang social structures. Meron siyang government na nag-govern, merong balaod, okay. And in the process, create and maintain these structures for themselves. And then, kanindid siya nga social structures, gina-process na siya o gina-create every now and then. So just like in that certain society, gina-check ko ang kaning siya nga balaod is applicable pa ba niya. Pagbuhat na padugla yung balaod kay dili na applicable tong daan or kanang kinanglan og subsidy tong daan. Yan na siya. So that is sociology. So not just limited to a group of people, but a group of people and then plus social structures, nga ang kaninga social structures nag-evolve. So gina-maintain nag-create og usab and then processes. So that is society. So when we say sociology, according to what I have researched, it involves a critical analysis kung kinsa may ganahan diring magpalabad sa iyang ulo. So this is very good example of sociology. So kung gusto ka may mo sociologist, you need to have a critical analysis of the different types of social membership connections and institutions that constitute society across place and time. So sa lahi-lahi daw ng society, guys, you need to know them. Kung unsa ka dira, like for example, you are a doctor in a certain society, what are your social membership? Like you are the one who cure the diseases, just like that. And then ano yung connections mo? Ano din yung institutions na kinakailangan ng isang society? That is sociology. Diba? No man is an island. So we need to have hospitals. We need to have malls for recreations. We need to have different entertainment industries for recreations. That's why nga na-invento yung TV, na-invento yung internet because of the recreations, or we want to have recreations. And then, for Max Weber too, he defines sociology as a science which attempts the interpretive understanding of social actions. So ano din, para kay Max Weber, sociology is, ini-interpret niya yung mga social actions. Like for example, in politics, bakit ginagawa ng isang politiko ang ganito? Or baka meron siyang mabigat na dahilan kaya niya ginagawa ito. Or why a group of people or a certain family are doing this. Maybe din, meron silang mabigat na dahilan na ginagawa nila ito. So we also have sociological imagination. So meron talaga tayong mga ideal na places and society, like dapat ang society may ganito, dapat ang society may ganyan. So this is for sociological imagination ang tawag niyan. That is our ability to understand the social world by drawing relationships between social forces and actions of individuals. Okay, hindi lang sa mag-uyab ang relationship. Here also in society, we also have relationship. So, kailangan nating maintindihan ang ating relasyon between the social forces and actions of individuals. Kung ganito ba ang gawin mo, may maganda ba tong kalabasan sa society? Kung ganito ba yung gawin mo, makaapekto ba to sa society? So just like when you are doing something, you need to really make sure na wala kang maapakang tao, wala kang masasaga sa ang tao. So that is for sociological imagination. So, which is innate in us na mo. Na dahil tanga, dili ba ka kung makasalaan ni sa uban, no? Dili ba ka kung makasakitan ni sa uban? Ano siya ang sociological imagination. We also have sociology through the years. So, as we all know, dili lang na siya nag-exist ang sociology karon. So, it is way back the ancient Greek and the Roman civilization. So, gikan dito sa unang panahon, gikan sa Greek, Roman civilization, and then, until the present, so sociology is really used to, avoid conflict. So, according to August Comte 2, this word was derived from the Latin word, si sociology daw, gikan daw siya sa Latin word na socios and logia, or logia. So when we say socius, Socius, it means compassion or associate. And then logia, which means study or discourse. So that's why it's a study of compassion or associate or the study of society. Kasi hindi ka magso-survive sa isang society kung wala kang compassion. Hindi mo tinutulungan yung iba. So we need to be united. So anthropology and sociology are really doing their best to avoid conflicts in a society, and then malaman natin yung kung ano yung background ng isang tao before tayo mag-judge sa kanya. So knowing one's own origin is very important here in social sciences para malaman natin kung bakit ganyan siya, or maintindihan natin ang bawat isa and respect one another. So that will be all. Let's go to the assessment, my dear traditions. So always remember to make your parents proud and do your best in every assessment. So I hope you learned a lot from our lesson today, and type your questions, insights in our comment section. See you in a while. Bye, traditions.